America Chavez, aka Miss America, will make her live-action debut in the MCU in Doctor Strange Part 2, also known as the Multiverse of Madness, and she'll be played by this teenage actress. She's not very well known outside comics, so you come to the right place to learn more about America Chavez, why she's so important, and will she be the key to the whole movie in the first place, and that she may be someone that Doctor Strange may have to risk everything to protect. Welcome back to Comic Power. I'm your host, Comic Killer 72. Welcome to another episode of The Quick Flip. This is the program where I go over comic book industry news in a short period of time. Please subscribe to this channel and click on the notification button as well. It will remind you when new videos drop. All right, let's get right into it. Okay, let's get into the comic book origin of America Chavez. This character made her debut in Vengeance #1 in September of 2011. That's the same month and year that Miles Morales made his debut in comics as well, so she's the same age as him. If you had both of these debuts on your pull list back then you're sitting on a ton of money because they're worth a lot of cash. Miles Morales' debut is going for just over $3,000 for a 9.8 CGC, and America Chavez's debut is now going for over $1,000 because they had small print runs. Now there's big demand, and no one knew these characters were going to be hits at the time. As for her origin, this character was raised by her mothers in something called the Utopian Parallel. It's a reality that's out of time. When the Utopian Parallel was threatened with destruction, her mothers sacrificed themselves for her. She traveled across different realities and eventually adopted the moniker Miss America in the form of a young Latin female, and now she's a superhero, with Earth as her new adopted home. If that's weird, it's because comics are weird, okay? We love this type of stuff. Hey, Superman's from Krypton. He just so happened to land as a baby in Kansas. Hey, these things happen. Her powers include superhuman strength, durability, and flight. She also has the power to kick open star-shaped holes in reality, allowing her and her teammates to travel through the multiverse and other realities. Did you say multiverse? Yes, I said multiverse, so it makes sense for Doctor Strange, right? When she first shows up, she's a member of the Teen Brigade. This is the team that she's a member of in the Vengeance miniseries when she made her debut. She then later became a member of the Young Avengers. The members of this team have been popping up in individual Disney Plus web series, which include Wiccan and Speed, who first appeared in Wanda Vision, Kate Bishop from the Hawkeye web series, and Patriot, who made a cameo in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. America then went on to become a member of Ultimates 2. This team was composed of Captain Marvel, T'Challa the Black Panther, Monica Rambeau, who made her first appearance in Wanda Vision, and the Blue Marvel, the only character to not appear in live action yet in the MCU. She was also a member of the A-Force. This was an all-female version of the Avengers. I think the infamous scene in Avengers Endgame is foreshadowing that this may happen in the future. For some reason, this 10-second scene was very controversial. I don't get it. We've seen groups of all-male superheroes posing in slow motion forever, but you just can't do that with all females for some reason, right? It was a pretty stupid argument, but I digress. So, America Chavez's first appearances in comics from 2011 to 2016 made her pretty popular with young female readers, so they decided to spin her off into her own title. It didn't run for that many issues before they canceled it, but it did leave a mark, especially with issue #2, in which she's channeling Beyonce in a swipe from her Formation video, so that cover has always been popular. They tried her out in another 5-issue miniseries called America Chavez Made in the USA. The character is also intended to be a queer character. This doesn't surprise me much. The character is from a different reality where she's virtually like a god to us. To me, it's sort of like Loki, who was outed as being sexually fluid in his web series, which was a big hit in 2021. These topics always wind up becoming culture war wedge issues, but it's not worth getting all heated about. If you don't like the character, if you don't like the direction of it, just don't follow it and just stay out of it. The character is real good friends with Kate Bishop Hawkeye in the comics. Marvel has not tried to make them a couple or anything, but fans that are drawing art pieces of their own are trying to do so. So that's a quick description of the character in the comics. She was in the Teen Brigade. She was in the Young Avengers. She was in the Ultimates. She was in the A-Force. She has some pretty cool powers, especially the ability to kick open star-shaped holes in reality. The character has appeared in animated television in Marvel Rising. It was aimed at a very young and mostly female audience, and the character has also appeared in at least 8 Marvel video games, including Marvel Strike Force and Contest of Champions. So the character has built up a fan base in the minor leagues, in the comics, animated television, and video games, but now it's time for the major leagues, which is the MCU and live-action movies, where she will make her debut in Doctor Strange 2, also known as the Multiverse of Madness. This film is going to be packed full of nothing but magic-based supervillains and heroes. We already know that Wanda Maximoff will be in this movie in her full Scarlet Witch attire and powers, and she is not happy. But I think the key to this movie movie is really going to be young Zosaio Gomez. This is the actress that's playing America Chavez. Everything from the trailer and the leaked footage so far suggests that there's something that she's running from. Like she has some type of special power or some special secret, but she doesn't know how to use her powers yet, and Doctor Strange has to protect her, with her and Wong. When you look at these images, that looks like what's going on here. He's protecting her from something. At the time I make this video, we're about 3 weeks away from the movie, so that would be my guess that she's the MacGuffin and the key to this whole movie in the first place. If they're sticking strictly to the comic book sources, she's from the Utopian Parallel, which is a alternative reality. So there may be a villain that destroyed the Utopian Parallel. Her moms had successfully got her out and thought they had sealed off the black hole to stop the monster from advancing, but he's still chasing America to our reality. And this monster could be the supervillain known as Nightmare. He's the evil ruler of the dream dimension, and he made his first appearance in Strange Tales 110 in 1963. So he's a long-running villain in the Doctor Strange universe, and he's way overdue to make his debut. And this is me strictly speculating, but the evil doppelganger of Doctor Strange may be Nightmare. You know how they tweak some things in the MCU that's different from the comics. Here's more about the actress that's playing America. Her name is Zosaio Gomez. I think I might be butchering that. She's 15 years old at the time I make this video. She's an American from Los Angeles, and she's of Mexican descent. She first got famous playing Dawn on the Babysitter's Club on Netflix. So by casting somebody this young, Marvel surely has a plan for this character to be in the MCU for a very long time. Will she be a young Avenger? Will there be an A-Force? Will she be a queer character like she is in the comics? Will she rock the Daisy Duke she's known for? We'll have to see. In saying that, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness will be in theaters May the 6th, 2022. See you there. Next up is Wicked Wednesday, the new comic book pick of the week. The new comic day pick of the week for April 20th, 2022 is Knighted #5 from AWA Studios. This is the 5th and final issue in this miniseries, which is a love letter and a spoof of Batman. It's a story of an everyday pencil pusher who winds up accidentally killing the city's masked vigilante called the Knight. The city starts to fall into chaos without the Knight's protection, so of course he has to don the suit to get the impression the Knight is still alive, so there's order instead of chaos. AWA is a new comic book company, but they make some excellent things. Like the Latin sci-fi action series Primos is probably one of the best comics this year. Axel Alonso, former editor-in-chief over at Marvel before he was forced out because of reasons, is partly responsible for founding AWA. Give them a shot. They're making some excellent stuff. You should go back and get the whole 5-issue miniseries of Knighted, or at least get the trade paperback when it comes out. Also check out The Flash, issue number 781 from DC Comics. This takes place soon after the Eclipso War, and it's promising to deliver a new villain for this issue. Also check out John Carter of Mars #1 from Dynamite Entertainment. This character should be way more famous than what he is. He made his debut as a pulp hero back in 1917, so he influenced every sci-fi action hero that came after him. He was created by Edgar Rice Burroughs, the same guy who created Tarzan, so that's quite a legacy there. So put some respect on John Carter's name. Also check out the 10th and final installment of The Good Asian from Image Comics. The Good Asian follows the story of a Chinese-American detective in Chinatown in 1936 investigating a murder. I completely missed this last year and didn't have it in my top 10 for 2021, and I want to apologize for that because it is an excellent series. If I had to redo my list of the top comics of 2021, then The Good Asian #1 would rank #3. If they put out all 10 issues in a combined graphic novel, you should pick it up. I think it's nothing short of brilliant. And there is Captain America #0 from Marvel Comics. With Armin Zola launches attack on New York, they have both Steve Rogers and Sam Wilson there to fight. And cover A is done by the master of painting himself, Alex Ross. You know the drill. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, give it a thumbs up, and share these videos on social media so others learn about the Comic Power channel. And once again, thank you to my subscribers and my viewers who support Comic Power. While you're here, I have videos about other up-and-coming new Marvel characters that are making their debut in live action in the MCU. And I explain their whole backstories, such as Kamala Khan, who's going to be the new Miss Marvel, who's getting her new web series on the left. And on the right, I have an explanation of Kate Bishop and all the Young Avengers team. Thank you for watching.